Good evening, everyone. I'm your host, Sarah Pike, and I'm here today to discuss Religious Studies 332, World Religions and Global Issues, the course redesign. With me this evening are Professors Daniel Weidlinger and Tom Parker, our experts. And so the first question for this evening is, how will the rubric for online instruction and the universal design for learning affect your course redesign? Daniel?
Tom?
Well, let's see. The rubric for online instruction provides very helpful guidelines for achieving a number of things as we think about redesigning Religious Studies 332. Course accessibility has been emphasized over and over again. It gives us guidelines for exemplary course accessibility, course design, integration of technology in the course, as well as various kinds of assessment, not just assessment of student learning, but also student assessment of our course design and its accessibility and so on. So good guidelines as we continue in our redesign.
Thank you, Tom. And the second question I have for our guests is, what is your opinion of open textbooks?
Well, I definitely feel that textbooks should be opened. If they're not opened, then how will you know what's inside them? So definitely we're in favor of that. Also, in terms of the textbooks that are available on the internet for free, we feel that it's really important to use those as much as possible. We've had some difficulty finding some of the content that we want, but of course we've just started looking into it. But I think in principle, it's a great way to reduce the cost for the students and reduce the amount of paper that's wasted for that. So we're definitely in favor of it where possible.
Yeah,
Admirable
reducing paper
goals.
waste.
Admirable goals.
Yes, thank you.
And the Merlot site.
Yeah, it looks very good. It's well
a
done.
lot of
Offers
potential.
some new resources for the course.
Very, very interesting possibilities there.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. So do you have any new strategies in mind for engaging students in the course?
Oh, well, I definitely don't feel it's appropriate to get engaged to a student in the course. I mean, that's a cardinal rule. We have a power relationship with them, so I don't think that I'm too interested in that.
No, me either. I'm definitely. You're looking at me.
But there are other meanings of engagement, and in that
Yes,
sense,
that's
if that's
right.
what you're referring to, so yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, in that sense,
Refer to the other
Yes,
meeting.
I think it's important to keep them interested in the course.
It's that sense I'd like to address, having just come from the WIMBA workshop. And WIMBA provides a number of tools, which, since I'm going to be teaching an online course later this summer, my biggest concern is really engagement with students, breaking down the barrier, the technological barrier between myself and my students. And WIMBA provides a number of tools for either just audio, and then one where you can have a virtual classroom, audio-visual component. So.
And we also spoke last week about the idea of having the students build in groups various wiki pages.
That's right. That was our first episode last week.
That's right, so that we're continuing that thread.
Yes.
And that really helps to engage them as well, because in presenting those pages to the public, it means that the students will feel more invested in the course. They know that their friends and family might look at these pages.
Right.
So it's a way of getting them to care more, and that makes them more engaged in the material. As well, because it is an issues-based course, there's many things such as war and environment that are pressing on humanity right now. The technique that's been used, of course, for some time, of having students maybe write a letter to a person of power, a congressman or something like that, is something that we might consider using. But we would maybe update it for the modern world, so we would have them post a class position on some issue on the internet, and then they could show people that. So those are some ways of getting people engaged.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. And now I'd like to come back to one of the earlier questions. We didn't really get to discuss the universal design for learning. So did you have any ideas about that for your course redesign?
Well, I found the universal design for learning interesting, but I enjoy the intergalactic design for learning better. I've used that in the past, and it's been a little bit more cosmic in scope. Universal, okay, but intergalactic a little bit. I think that it's really interesting, this idea that in making the course accessible, it actually makes it a much richer experience for all the students, even the ones who don't have difficulties in one realm or another.
Yes.
So we want to make sure to engage all the senses, the sight and hearing and the other senses as much as possible, so students that have strengths in one or another all get a chance to shine. So we definitely like that idea, and we'll try to do that.
That's right. Well, I think our time is up. Thank you very much, both of our guests, and thank you for tuning in.